It is Design and Construction Week on a beautiful day in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We're going to see the International Builders Show and the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show. We should have a good time. These are among my very favorite shows in Las Vegas. A big sign, and I just saw a couple people having their picture taken in front of the sign, I guess to tell their bosses they really were here. The other part of Design and Construction Week is the International Builders Show, and they have a big sign too. Here's a gal having her picture taken in front of the signs. I think these signs are very popular. Mercedes-Benz is here advertising their trucks, in this case Rich's HVAC and Plumbing Company. And there are several of these trucks. If you like Mercedes and you're a plumber, you can have this sign I love, Schleg Open Possibilities. And they're the folks, they're 100 years old by the way, and they're the folks that make locks and door handles, etc. Word in advance was that attendance would be around 30,000 people. Somehow I think it may be more than that. Have you ever wanted a glass wall so you could look at the scenery? This is Colby Vistalux collection, and the whole booth is see-through. Interior designers must love coming to this show. Look at all the selection here of lights, and it goes back and back and back. Lots of choices. Say goodbye to floor squeaks. That's a great sign. We're talking about subfloor panels and subfloor adhesive. Want a wine cooler? This is by Thermador. I stopped at Fiberon because I was interested in this sign that says recycled wood, and then I asked a gentleman about this, and he explained that what Fiberon does is take a lot of materials, mix them together and reuse them. They start with other people's sawdust and grind it into very fine powder. They also recycle their own decking that they don't use, and plastic bags, and the whole mix turns out to be decking that a person can install, and it is wood look, but it is impervious to water and animals, etc., etc. So it was interesting. I did not know that a company bought sawdust and incorporated it in their product. Fiberon is in North Carolina, and I think, what did he say, Idaho or some other. They have a couple of places where they make their products. Interesting. This is Fortress Building Products. How'd you like to try and go up these stairs?
Anyway, remember your watch close. Wow, look at that, gang. Ooh, wow. Behind the back, back up. Thank you. Thanks. I didn't actually do that, man. Just go like this. Sounds good, but you thought I was good. She's like, hold on, sucks. Okay.
Magic and humor at Lennox. Going to conventions means picking up new terminology. In all of this explanation of this company, Mono-P, I think, they talk about their experience in making professional ceramic sanitary ware. Not sinks and toilets, but sanitary ware. So if you want to be with it and use the current terminology, go to the store and ask to see the sanitary ware. Gas fireplaces are getting bigger and more realistic, and the sign Heat and Glow and Majestic Heat says every home a hearth. This is Stellar Custom Fireplace. Goodness gracious. Did you ever dream of a vertical fireplace? Sherwin-Williams has an interesting sign, how to keep a home looking newer longer with Emerald Rain Refresh exterior acrylic latex. And it talks about a finish that lasts and it's self-cleaning somehow. Rain refresh, although in Las Vegas we get very little rain, so it will only be refreshed a couple times a year. Did you know there was such a thing as the National Fire Sprinkler Association, the voice of the fire sprinkler industry? There's a number of chairs at this show. However, there apparently aren't quite enough. All these folks are at the International Builders Show from China. If you think the Germans always do it better, here is Mobilia, the German kitchen. These are interesting cabinets. This is part of Mobilia, as are these. And some more. And look at this. It looks like lunch is soon to be served. This is a kitchen display at the Perriott Wood booth. And I notice on TV that gray is a color that's becoming more and more popular. And here it is. These cabinets are in the NGY group exhibit. More gray and beautiful, I don't know whether you can see them, beautiful cabinets with glass fronts and decoration.
You gonna go for the blue and white one or what?
No, I'm noticing all the gray, and you know, that this seems to be the color.
It's what sells.
It's what sells.
The blue doesn't sell, so you don't see a whole lot of blue.
Okay, there's one.
There's a reason, there's logic behind our choices, I swear.
And lots of gray and white and light and dark choices. This is Spectrum Quartz. Where are you located?
We are all over the place. Our headquarters are in New Jersey. I work out of the Norwood near Boston. Where are you located?
Right here, Las Vegas.
Okay. We have an Anaheim location, actually. Southern California, Anaheim. On the West Coast is Anaheim and Seattle.
Now I'm hearing a lot about quartz on Home and Garden TV.
Okay.
I mean, is this a growing business for you?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's basically most of our fabricators and customers who done just granite in the past. I would say probably 70% of their volume is now quartz.
Okay.
Granite is really decreased dramatically.
That's yesterday's
old news, exactly.
Old news.
Yes.
Today we're at Spectrum Quartz. This is an Articraft cabinetry kitchen. And look at the colors. The Best View International booth, and they have built-in vanities or sinks and vanity combinations, which I like very much. I'm not so keen myself on what I have seen on TV of the bowls on top of the vanity. I like built-ins. These look solid as a rock. The double sink versions. This display was of Brazil original stones. These are the kinds of sinks personally I don't care for. However, many people do love them. How's this for a sink setup? This is Bacci, and I believe that is an Italian company. And they do things that, I guess, incorporate Italian design. That's one long sink. Well, interesting color on these cabinets and handles. This is by Nextar, N-E-X-T-A-R. It's an interesting floor. It's real shiny and different. This is from Raphael Stone Collection. I believe this is also an Italian company. Interesting display. This is by Vanity Art. So you could have a chandelier above your bathtub and quite enjoy yourself.
I think one of the good things about California is, because it is also one of the most densely populated states in the country, right? So you have this, pardon the pun, perfect storm of, fire, earthquake, flood, landslides, and then on top of that, really densely populated areas, right? And so California currently has, some of the most stringent building codes in the country.
GT4S, and this is a whole setup: sink, counter space, and gas burners, and then there's a drawer here that is almost invisible. You just touch it and out it comes. Although I just was in a seminar and I heard that it's either part of California or all of California eventually is saying no more gas burners, we're going electric. So I don't know. This light and others are part of Hammerton, American Artisan Crafted Lighting. Linnea Decor, and of course they have some dark gray cabinets, but what was interesting was the table built right into the countertop. Friends are hard to come by, but FGM Cabinetry says they are your friend in the cabinetry business. My shower doesn't look like any of these. These are Vaguel, V-A-G-U-E-L. Looks like they're all into actually big showers coming down on people and lots of knobs. Well, here's, no, go ahead. No wonder they're taking a picture. This is the biggest toilet I have seen on the show, biggest piece of sanitary ware I have seen on the show floor. This is by Cato. Danby is a Canadian company and been in business since 1947, and they make specialty items such as these smaller, compact refrigerators, stoves. These are refrigerators, and they're red, and she said they're for the she cave if you want it. There's a man cave and a she cave. Well, that's the first time I'd heard that expression, but it could be true. We are all independent these days. Anyway, it's I didn't know what that was at first, but it is. Those are refrigerators. Is it Euroto? Euroto. Smart toilets and seats. But my question was, it's so small. But the gentleman says, look, the parts aren't that big. If you have a big butt or a small butt, it'll all fit, and then they'll wash you when we're finished. Well, okay. This looks too small for me. Oh yeah, Silk Road exclusive has a bunch of white cabinets, and they have not jumped on the gray bandwagon yet. I don't know about Speed's sign. It looks like SP'd, but these are sinks made in China and Vietnam. More copper design. It really is beautiful, I have to say. And they have great looking sinks. Don't know how easy they are to keep and clean, but there are a number of people here who seem to be interested. This is Florida tile. And here we have materials from Vermont quarries. About a fancy grill. This is Mont Alpi, and I tried to lift the hood to see the grill. It's darn heavy. Maybe it takes a young guy to do it. Looks like it's easy, but it was tough for me. by here because of what I thought was gold jewelry, and the lady here explained, well, it could be brass, but the color is extremely popular these days. And this company, based in Charlotte, North Carolina, started out as a jewelry designer, but then moved into hardware, and the gold fixtures are becoming popular again, so these folks are very busy.
Size and drop them into cold water. The key is putting the cold water in your pan and then bringing them up to a boil, dropping it into a simmer, and cooking them all the way through. And then I have blended this with a little bit of butter, a little bit of cream, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper. Again, text store to 48, 48, 48. You'll get this recipe along with two others. The other one that I demoed this morning, the fried French toast, you also get that recipe. So you can see, I'll put this over. You see, got a really nice crispy skin on there. And then now I'll stick this into the oven.
Well, I like this name, BBQ Guys Pro. Look at this thing. I guess it's got cabinets and drawers and all kinds of things. They are America's leading online retailer of grills, smokers, and outdoor living products. The sign says the ultimate shower door experience, and this is a rather unusual shower door. A couple people talking about it, but you can see through it. I suppose if you're young and gorgeous, that's just perfect. These guys are all standing around a Blaze grill. It has lots of wheels and is a different shape, but for a man's outdoor grill, I guess these guys are interested. I didn't know what this was, and I asked the lady who was standing here, and I said, well, and she was taking a picture, and I said, what is it? She says, I don't know, but it seems so unnecessary. So it could be a fire pit, sort of, with a fountain built in. However, you sit around a fire pit with drinks, and you don't put the drinks on the ledges here because the ledges are wet. So I think I agree with the girl. Whatever this is, it is so unnecessary. Las Vegas, home of Caesar's Palace, so why not have an exhibitor called Caesar Stone? This is the Inalco booth, and they have a table that fits right into their counter as well. The table reminds me of lunch, and it is lunchtime for me. So I think I'll leave the kitchen and bath show. It's a great show every year, and I'm going to watch for the attendance figures. I think there were more than 30,000 people here. See you next time.